Oh, the shift has finally hit the fan. People are waking up and realizing that something is missing, something that is necessary, something that is needed. A little bit of almond joy, a little bit of nougat crunch, Hershey's bar, Reese's cup. They're realizing that they need chocolate. So the ones that have distanced themselves from us, they're waking up and realizing, hold on, that we've always been the magic, the black magic, y'all. What the helly? The veil is really lifting, y'all.
I miss black people. I know that sounds crazy, but I am from Georgia, and I used to go to HBCU, and the majority of my friends were black, and now I live in a small town in California, and I miss black people. There's not very many here, and I hate it. Like, don't get me wrong, I love my job, I love my friends here, but I miss black people. Don't come for me. I miss the culture, I miss the vibe, I miss the confidence, the jokes, the food. I miss black people. Something's missing in my life, and I've come to the conclusion that that's what it is.
I need some black joy. The fact that black joy even exists as a concept in the world is miraculous to me. Asians are no good at joy. We are good at working hard and being diligent and doing our best, but not joy. Colonizers too. Rich lives, no joy. We should never have hooked our stars to theirs. But black people, especially black Americans, are the best at joy. You've turned it into an art form. I know it came from terrible hardship that you've turned into soul and then into joy. And we, Chinese people, we just turn that hardship into more hard work. But I know you can't give it to us. We have to go out and earn it for ourselves, just like you did.
What do you mean by that?
Where I'm from in Pennsylvania, it's mainly Dominicans and Puerto Ricans and the Spanish community. And bless their souls, are great people. They brought great culture and all that. But they always would mess up my beard. The first thing they would do is they would hack it off. I don't like my beard to be short, and they would always end up making it short on me, no matter what I told them. And it would always be a language barrier, too. And then because of the way my beard grows, I would try to explain to them that you can't make it even. You have to make it look even because of the way that it grows, and they would never do that. And then today I decided to give another barber a chance. After years, I came to a black-owned barber shop. And I'm just saying, I think I found a barber.
See, this is exactly what we tried to tell y'all for the past 400 years, but nobody didn't want to hear us. You know what I'm saying? What did y'all do? Y'all hid our history. Y'all lied to us. Y'all manipulated us. Did some crazy things to us. For the past 400 years, we tried to tell y'all. We tried to show y'all how to live in harmony with nature, how to live in harmony with us. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to work in order to earn a living in this system. That's not how nature works. But y'all didn't want to listen to us. Then you guys took our spirituality, you turned it to religion, you made it evil so we wouldn't be able to use it and wake up out of this spell that majority of our people are locked in currently. But now the shift has literally hit the fan. Our brothers and our sisters are waking up, and now this is the collapse of this three-dimensional system because we don't want to play this game anymore. This is what actually brings me black joy. So yes, y'all, my brothers and sisters, the shift is here, but I want you to realize everywhere you go, I want you to know that you are someone's almond joy, okay? The shift is here. Everybody's going through it. They see it. They feel it. Let me know what you guys think about this video. Let's continue to get it.
The relationship between white Americans and black Americans is one of the most complex relationships in modern day history. It is shaped by centuries of conflict, exploitation, cooperation, shared institutions, cultural exchange, and the reality, that both groups have helped build the United States of America. Saying that they can't do without each other is an oversimplification. Both black Americans and white Americans, can and do live independently in many contexts, but there are some strong historical, economic, and political, cultural reasons and cultural reasons why their futures remain deeply interconnected. Black Americans and white Americans are like yin and yang, you know, they're like lock and key. It's like a jigsaw puzzle, you know, it's like a part of a whole, you know. Each part needs another part to make a completion. Blacks need whites, whites need blacks. We are going to dive into a video where this illustration is best shown. Let's dive in. I shall be back with a deeper critical analysis.
One of the biggest tools the white supremacists use to control the general population is jealousy. Not just fear of minorities, but fear of minorities being more successful than you as a white person. Because implicitly, deep down, they know that they have a significant advantage over every single immigrant, over black and brown people in the US. Because of factors like racism, all you have to do is look to the government and see how white and how conservative it is. But they cannot accept the fact that somebody who came to America 5 years ago, didn't know any English, and was able to work themselves into society, get a good paying job, and take care of their family is more successful than them. They can't accept the fact that there are people who have come to America and done better in a system that was built for them. That is why I believe that a large portion of racism and bigotry in general is rooted in jealousy. It's not just about white people wanting to hoard the resources, it's about white people wanting to hoard them so other people don't get them. They would rather see people of color fail than another white person succeed, because it's never been about success, it's been about preventing others from doing well. That sort of spite is what keeps them going.
Most people don't realize this, but all racism is just jealousy that has mutilated so much that now it's so evil. It's legit the almost final evil form of jealousy. And I'm not talking about the systemic racism, the racism that's in the systems that, keep black people down and keep them in certain levels type of thing. I'm just talking about the type of racism that's in people's brains and their opinions and the biases they held, things like that. They're jealous of the things that maybe black people are capable of, or the natural bodies or faces that they're born with, or I don't know, maybe even the influence that black people have on things like entertainment and music and even sports and arts, just being jealous of kind of the culture that the black community holds. And mind you, jealousy is a very normal emotion. Jealousy is a normal human emotion to feel. But then when you don't clock your jealousy, when you can't accept your jealousy, you kind of hide it, and the more you try to hide something, the more it mutilates into something really, really evil. It's very similar to misogyny. It's very similar to hating women. Men, the thing is that a lot of people who are racist don't even realize they're racist. They'll have black friends and stuff like that, you know what I mean? But you don't actually look at black people as someone who is of equal, is equal to you. But yeah, it's very similar to women, because at the end of the day, a lot of men who, and women too, who hate other women and don't even realize it, it's because they're jealous of them. They're jealous of the privileges women have, and they're very different things. But then once you cross over women and also black women, it just turns into a whole.
So yesterday I was scrolling TikTok and I came across a video of this lady, and she was talking about how she moved away for her job, and where she had to move to there was no black people, and she was talking about how she missed the black people. And I understood exactly what she said. I watched the whole video. I understood everything she said, because whenever I moved to Lawrenceburg, I missed black people. I missed them so bad that I came back home. I was up there for 2 years because I had moved up there to help my sister at her job, and I could not wait to come home. There were black people there, but it was few, and you only seen them in passing. I don't know, maybe if I had lived there longer before that, I could have met more black people and been around, but living where I lived, I was ready to come home. And when I have these conversations with people, trying to tell them about why I am the way I am, because I've had people tell me, oh, you want to be black? Why would I want to be black? I see what black people go through. I've been around black people when they've been racially profiled. I've been around black people when they get side-eyed for doing absolutely nothing. I've been side-eyed for doing absolutely nothing before because I was with black people. So why would I want to be black? And now don't get me wrong, I will stand next to a black person with them while they go through every bit of that, and go through it with them in a heartbeat. I'm not saying that to say, oh, I could never be that, because I will go through it with them effortlessly. But As far as, oh, you just a white girl, you want to be black, it's not that at all. But I will say, my 38 years of living, I would much rather be part of a black household than a white household. When it comes to the family dynamic, way different. Way, way different. You walk into a black household, you can feel they love different, their vibe is different, their energy is different, everything is different. You can't, I'm obviously a white girl, a white person, and say family gatherings, for instance. I know there's white people that have big family gatherings or whatnot. I'm not, my family's not one of them. Our immediate family, we gather on holidays. Mom, dad, brother, sister, grandkids. It's us. My grandma, I hardly ever see her. My aunts, I hardly ever see them. My cousins, like when it comes, you know how black people are with their cousins? And they have a lot of cousins, but they fuck with all their cousins. I love my cousins. I love them to death when I'm around them. We cut up or whatever if I go around them. I don't see them. We don't text each other. We don't call each other. We don't meet up and do stuff together. We don't even talk unless it's been a planned event for something, which is rare, very rare. Black people, they got cousins everywhere. Even if they ain't their real cousins, they gonna call them cousin. They gonna treat them like their cousin. It's just different. Black people are way different than white people. And 10 times out of 10, I'm going with the black people.
Yeah.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Have you guys seen that video of that white lady talk about, I miss HBCUs. I miss black people. I bet you do. You know, I'm going to tell you guys something. The reason why Caucasian people age the way they do is because when you siphon magic and you put it in non-magical bodies, what happens? They break down. So when you guys talk about energy farming, it's more than what you think it is. We are gifts. We are special, not just because of the shade of your skin. All of you has something within you. When you flow from the source, you are not tapping into it or utilizing tools in order to wield it or reading things to learn from it. You are a piece of it. You are an endless flow. When you take that flow and you put it into something that cannot continuously flow, what happens? It spills out. Their bodies start to deteriorate and break down because you are not a magical entity and you're not supposed to have what we do. I try not to say things like that because it does differentiate us a little bit, but it's time to start doing that. Don't you feel gifted? We've always been. We're different. And it doesn't mean superior because we don't think the way that they do. They came from us, but they came from us displaced. They were not meant to hold the energy that you do. So we watch the deterioration live every single day. It's a very interesting thing for people to openly admit they miss stealing from us. I miss black joy. No, you miss everything that I possess that makes me happy in this world. Because you guys have taken every fucking thing else. Like, I just cannot. People miss the laughter, not just the joy, the laughter, the excitement, the feeling of community, being a family. Like, all of that stuff comes with being black. And it's something that is felt through all of us. So no matter who is in a room and we don't know each other, we all know each other because we all share culture. Like, don't let people energy farm from you. I have a white best friend and she will never consume my energy. She knows who she is and she's content in that. I have other Caucasian friends and family and never do they try to put themselves in spaces they feel they don't belong. You can be an observer and appreciate a culture and not have to be in the middle of it or take from it. And if you do take from it, appreciate that. Give back to it. They don't plan on doing any of that because we've been giving energy for free this entire time and we need to stop doing that. Conserve your shit. You're a free-flowing, magical fucking being on a floating rock. Nobody has the right to utilize you. Don't give yourself away freely.
I don't mean to say this like to be disrespectful, and maybe this is, some people are gonna think this sounds dumb, but I feel like there's a deeper reason why, you know, people of color and specifically the Black community have been relentlessly persecuted. Like, I mean, just the things that happened during slavery alone, like, were insane. But I don't know, the more I learn about Black history and the ways that, you know, people who literally worked in the government, like the CIA, all these different people in power were trying to ruin the Black community. And it makes me think, dude, I feel like, is there something more going on here than just racism? Because it's like, come on, you're telling me you're doing all of this stuff just because you don't like someone's skin color? I feel like, what if, I have this theory that, like, what if Black people have some type of superpower? Like, what if they have, I don't know, if they're just born something with something very valuable that we don't really know about, but maybe, you know, like I said, these people, these rich people and these people in power, maybe they figured it out a long time ago, and maybe that's why they were like, oh, we have to like get rid of them, blah blah blah. I don't know, I feel like maybe they have something special that we are not taught about that is linked to them being people of color, you know. And I've seen some Black creators come on here and try to explain how special it is to have melanin in your skin and how it has all these different properties, but I don't know, I just feel like I feel like this, I have this theory that this goes so much deeper than maybe a lot of us realize, because I'm sorry, but I don't think you're gonna go out of your way for all these hundreds and hundreds of years to try to ruin one group of people over something as silly as, oh, their skin is a different color. Like, I feel like there's something that we don't know. I'm telling you, there's something special about them that they don't want us to know. Okay, this is just something that I've been thinking about recently, and I'm like, maybe if there are some Black creators that maybe they already made a video and I just didn't see it, I don't know, but like, I don't know, maybe this sounds dumb. Or maybe this is like, yeah, no shit, Sherlock, but, you know, it's just something I was thinking.
White people are obsessed with Black people. Two things. Number one, the demographic that is the most afraid of the specific demographic that I'm talking about, they are the only demographic that will go up to the danger because they hate it so bad. Does that even make sense to you? Second thing, the demographic that wants the most attention is the most afraid to be seen. Meaning, when a white person is driving and they notice a Black person is across from them and they are afraid to make a turn, left or right, they are afraid that the Black person is perceiving them and sees them as an idiot. Which 9 times out of 10 they are. But at the end of the day, it always rings true. White people are absolutely obsessed with Black people.
This is how I know that racism is literally just jealousy. Because if you don't like a group of people, if you don't like someone or something, you leave it alone. You leave them alone, because if you don't like something or someone, you avoid them. But the thing with racists, or especially anti-Black racists, they do not leave us the fuck alone. Like, how can you claim to hate Black people, yet be obsessed with them and be involved in everything they do? Anti-Black racists literally claim to hate Black people, yet will literally not leave them alone. And you can see this with history. You can see this with segregation era, when Black people were actually thriving on their own, and yet white people destroyed their communities. It's just like, how can you claim to hate us, yet want to be us? And be so obsessed with us and our culture? You try to make us look bad. You come up with these crazy ass slurs to call us. There is just so much anti-Blackness throughout America's conception that I literally could make like not even 2 hours. Like, I could be ranting about this forever. It's honestly just insane how you claim to hate us, yet you are literally obsessed with us. We live in your head rent-free. Jealousy is a disease.
Hey, Black men, Black women, Black people, all of you. I have missed you so much. I was on vacation for a few weeks. I was in Italy and Croatia. I'm Croatian. I'm first generation Croatian. My parents came here from Croatia in, I think, 1968. We didn't have hardly any family over here, so most of my family is over there. I visited family over there, and I spent time in Italy with my friends, and I missed you all so much. It was great spending time with my friends and my family, but I really missed my brothers and sisters. And I'll tell you, one thing that I observed was that there's not many Black people, at least in Italy and Croatia. It was rare, and every single time I saw somebody, I was like so excited, and I just felt I don't know, a sense of like peace and connection, and but there's not many of you out there. And I've traveled all over the world. I've done a lot of traveling in my life, and I'll tell you, there is no one like Black people. You have a certain vibrancy, an energy, exuberance. There's something so special about you that I really, really missed not being around you. Anyway, that's really what I wanted to say. I miss you all so, so much, and I'm back now. I will be going live more. I'll be making more videos. But for this one, I just wanted to say how much I missed you and how special I think you are. You're just the most special people in the world. Love you so much.
Do you understand what I'm saying? This piece we got right now is ancestral. This is our ancestral right to be at peace. Don't you bring your ass over here. Do you understand what I'm saying? We got Vela over there. Whatever's happening with Vela in the hijabs and the racism that's happening from over there. Yeah, I seen it. Am I giving it any play? Fuck no. Because just like in every other country, there's racism all the way around. We know what that racism is rooted in. It's rooted in self-hate. It has nothing to do with us. Her posting that picture, they ain't got shit to do with us. Honestly and truly, while I do understand that there is some issues going on in that community, and there's a lot of issues going on, what I would like for my black hijabis to understand is that you are the blueprint. The more you give in to the bullshit that they doing, it's like over-explaining yourself. Just, you know where your power is at. Take your money, go somewhere else. Who gives a fuck about the think pieces that's coming from out of it? Take your money, take your attention, and take that black joy that you got. Take it somewhere else. Because I'm explaining to you why. Go look up the trend, I miss black people. Go look it up. Why do you think that that's a trend right now? Now, to the other people outside of that situation, we got 6 different mass shootings happening right now. I was electric sliding and learning the Tamiya dance yesterday. Sorry to those people that was involved, because I did hear that there was a couple people that perished. However, that's not enough for me to come up out of this piece that I got right now. And, I got to get back to breaking the news that be breaking or whatever the case may be. We have this thing in the black community where we are right now, we're at so much peace that we're just clocking T and moving accordingly. That being said, this is not the time for y'all to, I miss black people after you have consistently failed us.
White people, stop telling your children, go find a black woman if they get lost. Hell no, we're not doing this in 2025. Whether you are conscious of it or not, what you are doing is putting our black women in grave danger. And hell no, we're not doing that. Because little Sarah or little Timmy will go running up to some random black woman and she doesn't know what's going on, grab hold of her, and you being frantic, looking for your child, who you should have kept better supervised, you would turn a corner and see your child with a black woman and want to call the police, and that could end up having our black women be arrested, separated from their families, and God forbid, even unalived. Hell no. You Kens and you Carolyn Bryants out there are not going to put our black women in danger. And what really pisses me off about this, white America, on one hand, loves to tell the world that black Americans, especially black American women, are angry and loud and ghetto. But then privately, you are telling your children, now, if you are lost, go find a random black woman, because you know deep down, you can't trust your children with your men and other white women. So you tell them to go find a random black woman. Hell no. Stop telling your kids if they get lost, they need to find a black woman. What you need to do is be better parents and keep them better supervised. Black women, if this happens to you, make sure you record the entire interaction. And if you have someone with you, have them record it too, so that you have more than one set of documentation as to what is going on and what is happening. And please boost this message. A user by the name of Lizzie Her video brought this to my attention along with some others, and I put Lizzie's video in my stories. Go watch it and share it. Boost this video. Better yet, make videos of your own. And in your circles of influence, share this information about what is going on. Y'all be careful out there.
After carefully listening to this video and their grievances, the explanation, of course, here is my critical analysis. You see, the United States was built through the labors, ideas, and the sacrifices of many groups, including Native Americans, European settlers, enslaved Africans, and immigrants from around the world, together with their descendants. For over 250 years, millions of Africans were enslaved in what became the United States. Their labor was central to industries such as cotton, tobacco, rice, sugar, which generated enormous wealth. Historians generally agree that slavery was a major component of early American economy, though the country's development also depended on many other sectors and population. After slavery ended in 1865, Black Americans continued contributing through industrial work, military services, entrepreneurship, civil rights activism, science, education, and the arts. White Americans, on the other hand, built many of the country's political institutions. They built the infrastructure, universities, legal systems, and industries. Both communities have therefore played a foundational role in the country's development. Because of this shared history, neither groups can be fully understood without the other. We have what is called economic interdependency. Modern America functions because people from every racial background participate in the same economy. Black Americans, for instance, are business owners. They are teachers, they are doctors, they are soldiers, truck drivers, artists, scientists, and entrepreneurs. White Americans occupy these specific roles as well. Now, every day, millions of Africans buy from, work for, employ, teach, and receive services from people of different racial backgrounds. An American hospital, for instance, often includes Black and white physicians, nurses, technicians, administrators, and patients working together. The economy depends on cooperations more than racial separation. I would like to tell you that democracy requires coalitions. Remember what Abraham Lincoln said democracy is: a government for the people, by the people, and with the people. No major racial group alone determines the outcome of national elections. Political parties compete for support across many communities. The passage of landmark civil rights legislation in the 1960s required Black leadership alongside many white allies in Congress, religious organizations, labor unions, and local communities. Likewise, many modern policy debates, from education to healthcare and infrastructure, require broad coalitions across racial and ideological lines. I would say that culture is deeply interwoven. Perhaps nowhere is this more visible than in the American culture. Black Americans have profoundly influenced first jazz, blues, gospels, rock and roll, hip hop, R&B, fashion, language, and sports. White Americans have also contributed enormously to literature, classical music traditions, country music, we have film, technology, architecture, and many other areas. Many iconic American cultural forms emerge through exchange across communities rather than from a single tradition. It is safe and is very convenient for us to say that the civil rights movement changed America for everyone. The struggle led to the struggle led by Black Americans expanded freedoms that benefited many people beyond the Black communities. Examples include stronger voting protection. We have improved workplace and anti-discrimination laws. Third, we have broader understanding of equal treatment under the law. These developments affected Americans of many backgrounds. You know, America faces shared challenges as well. We have to say that many major issues are not confined to one racial group, and that includes economic inequality, housing affordability, healthcare access, we have addiction, technological challenge, climate-related disasters, and education quality. Addressing these problems typically requires cooperation across communities, But the important question here is, why does tension still exist? We might ask ourselves that. Although there is a deep interdependence, there are also enduring disagreements and inequalities. Some continuing sources of tension include the legacy of slavery and segregation, disparities in wealth and opportunity, differing interpretation of history, policing and criminal justice, political polarization, residential segregation in some areas is also key. People with both Black and white communities hold a wide range of views about these issues. So it is important not to treat either group as having a single perspective. You see? The mutual influence is also a factor. Over centuries, each community has shaped the other. Black Americans have influenced American language, cuisine, we have music, religion, politics, sports, and popular culture. White Americans have likewise influenced institutions, education, science, business, and governance. The result is that American identity is not simply the sum of separate racial histories, but a product of continual interaction among many groups. Moving forward together, a durable future depends less on one group saving the other, than on building institutions that are fair, effective, and inclusive. Progress is most likely when people work together while acknowledging historical realities, respecting differences, and recognizing shared interests. At the same time, cooperations does not require ignoring past injustices or current disagreements. Many scholars argue that understanding history honestly can make collaboration more constructive. White Americans and Black Americans are deeply connected because they share a common national history, economy, political system, and culture. Their relationship has included both profound injustice and meaningful cooperation. While each community has its own experience and perspective, the United States has been shaped by the contribution of both, and many of the country's present and future challenges are most effectively addressed through collaboration more than division. You see, I told you the interaction between blacks and whites is like yin and yang, day and night. Each needs the other in order for there to be a complete cycle, Yeah, that's my thought. I'd really love to hear your thoughts and perspective based on this. Share your thoughts in the comment section and see you in the next one. Thank you.